Another issue out there that I find extremely interesting. Senator Enzi mentioned, and of course he's right, that within a couple of weeks we are going to have a new president. Donald Trump will be inaugurated as president. And I think it is interesting that we listen to what Donald Trump said during the campaign. That Democrats hear what he had to say during the campaign, what he campaigned on, and more importantly, Republicans listen and hear what their leader had to say about these issues. And this is what Donald Trump said, and he didn't say it once in the middle of the night. He didn't say it in an interview. This was a central part of his campaign. This is what he asked millions of elderly people and working class people to vote for him on. These are the principles that Donald Trump ran and won the presidency on. On May 7th, 2015, Donald Trump tweeted, quote, "I was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid." End of quote. On April 8th, 2015, Mr. Trump said, and I quote, "Every Republican wants to do a big number on Social Security." That's not Bernie Sanders talking. That is Donald Trump talking. "They want to do it on Medicare. They want to do it on Medicaid, and we can't do it. It's not fair to the people that have been paying in for years." End of quote. Not Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, our soon-to-be president. On March 29th, 2016, Mr. Trump said, and I quote, "You know, Paul Ryan is the Republican Speaker of the House, you know, Paul wants to knock out Social Security, knock it down, way down. He wants to knock Medicare way down, and frankly, you're going to lose the election if you're going to do that. I am not going to cut it, and I'm not going to raise ages, and I'm not going to do all of the things they want to do. But they want to really cut it, and they want to cut it very substantially, the Republicans, and I'm going to do that." End of quote. What Mr. Trump said was exactly right. Here are the day. This is the day. They want to cut Social Security. They want to cut Medicare. They want to cut Medicaid. Mr. Trump was right, and millions of people voted for him on the belief that he would keep his word. Well, it seems to me that Mr. Trump right now has got to do one of two things. Number one, if all that he was talking about was campaign rhetoric, then what he was obliged to do now is to tell the American people, I was lying. Yeah, I said that I would not support cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, but I was lying. It was a campaign ruse. I just said what came to my mind to get votes. I had no intention of keeping my word. And if that's what he believes, if that's what the case was, let him come forward and say that. But if that is not what the case is, if he was sincere, then I would hope that tomorrow or maybe today he could send out a tweet and tell his Republican colleagues to stop wasting their time and all of our time. And for Mr. Trump to tell the American people that he will veto any proposal that cuts Medicare, that cuts Medicaid, and that cuts Social Security. And what we are talking about right now, let us be clear, no debate, that is exactly what this goal is. That's what this budget proposal is. It is to move toward the voucherization and the privatization of Medicare, to make massive cuts in Medicaid, throw millions of people off of health insurance. So there's a lot of responsibility on Mr. Trump's shoulders. But I would hope that he could save us a whole lot of time by telling the American people that he was sincere in what he said during the campaign, that he was not lying. And if that is the case, we can end this discussion and get into the serious business of how we create a quality health care system guaranteeing health care to all people in a cost-effective way. With that, Mr. President, I would, what do we yield the floor? I would yield the floor.